Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the live coverage of the CBFS S10 League happening at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. This is match number 13, and it will be played against IGM and DCC Starlets. DCC has won the toss and have elected to bat first. IGM, who were quite okay to field first, I would say. Had they won the toss, they would have elected to field first. So both the captains getting what they wanted, and we will need to wait and watch what the outcome of the match will be. Tawqir will start proceedings for IGM with Ronak Panoli, the star, to open the innings for DCC Starlets. And we can expect nothing but an absolute cracker of a game here. They have a slip in place. Deep third man and a deep square leg in place as well. Going to be an exciting contest this. Ronak will take on Tawqir. The umpires are ready, the players are ready. Batsman sets guard, and this is ball number 1. Here we go, first ball. Driven by Ronak, but no run taken. And in the comm box, joining me is Nishant. Welcome back, Nishant.
Yes, thank you very much, Azhar. I'm pretty sure you sprinted up after the toss to get back on the microphone here.
Yes, absolutely. There it is, the first shot, sliced but falling short. Just a single taken.
So first runs on the board. Ronak is off the mark. He hasn't quite been at his flowing best in this tournament. We want to change that.
Yes, most teams that play against DCC Starlets, they would always think, if we get Ronak Panoli out in the first over, that's job half done. But of course, DCC has a great batting lineup, no doubt. So it's just job half done, not even remotely close to full done. Ahan will continue, the left-handed batsman who will face Tawqir at his first delivery.
Nicely flicked away, but straight to the fielder, and this scurry across for a single. That's a good start.
There's a hint of late in-swing for the left-hander coming. And I think both these batsmen, they would just want to read the pitch a little bit. We saw in the first match how Syed Agha started really well, scoring 80 runs in just 5 overs or so. This is up in the air. Is this an opportunity? Might fall in no man's land. Ronak is safe and will take 2 runs for his team.
That's good running between the wickets there. Pretty nicely done.
A top edge there for Ronak, and lucky for him, the timing was good enough to clear the fielders on the 30-yard circle. Now the deep third man is coming into the 30-yard circle. They have a sweeper in place. Interesting field change this, and I would think not the worst one for an outswing. This one, this time, goes above short third man, and the first boundary comes for DCC.
Yes, not the best of shots. Doesn't matter because Ronak Panoli, he likes to go after the bowling, and he will not mind this early slice of luck at all.
Yes, it's quite interesting. This one also was a top edge, and had the third man fielder stayed where he was and not brought into the 30-yard circle, they would have got him.
Absolutely, and that is short and wide and outside the off stump. Call the wide as well. Extra run added to the tally then.
Yeah, slow bouncer there. Good thinking by Takir, but could not manage to get his line right. And again, that's one of the few strategies that you can do against a player like Ronak. You cannot get too predictable. He can pick you up really early, and once he gets going like this, he will play this way, and he will play a lot straighter. This time, getting his placement right, and another boundary for DCC.
That was very nicely struck there. Although, still he would say that he didn't time it as well as he would have liked it to. But that is the end of the first over. It's 15 without loss.
So 1 over gone, DCC starting well, 15 runs scored in the first over. Danish will continue proceedings for IGM, and a decent start this for DCC. I think they will be quite happy with the way things have gone so far.
Short ball is gone for the pole, hasn't timed it. Straight to Asif Mumtaz at mid-on. And they lose their first wicket. Ahan Fernandez looking to go for the big shot. Not able to clear the fielder at mid-on. He'll be disappointed.
Yes, indeed. The ball definitely was an outswinging short delivery. Was not able to read the line that well. Tried to hook it out, but it was a bit more straighter than what he would have thought. So could not get the placement there. Ahan departs early. Just the 3 runs taken off the 2 deliveries that he's faced. DCC lose their first wicket, 15 for 1 after 1.1.
Punya Mehra walks into the middle, starts off with a single, off the mark straight away. That's what you would want as a batsman, to get off the mark right away.
Yes, certainly. Steady start for him, and DCC, in the quest for getting big runs, must try to, of course, focus on the partnerships as well. They have lost an early wicket, that too of Ahan. Ronak, what is he going to do? Trying to loft it out of the ground, but missed out on this occasion.
Yes, he's really looking to go for it.
As Punya Mehra can bat as well, this is a perfect combination for them. Has an average of 39 runs overall. Punya with a strike rate impressive enough for a S10 format. Ronak to face. Ronak goes high, finds the boundary.
Another good-looking shot there from Ronak, and once again, I would say that he hasn't timed it as well as he would have liked it to. No doubts about it.
Yes, and we've seen this in the earlier encounter against, rather between Sona Gold and Sky that, rather Syed Aga, apologies. There were occasions where the ball came rather quickly to the batsman, which they did not expect. So there is some sort of drifting. This one is lofted, will find the fielder, but a misfield there will give opportunity to Ronak to complete his second run.
Yes, and he's someone who's not going to stop. He likes going after the bowling. He enjoys hitting those boundaries. He stays there for 5-6 overs, 5 overs even. 100 runs will be easy peasy.
Yes, certainly. This is hit straight. Will the fielder cut it? Tough chase for him. Finds the boundary. Another 4 runs for Ronak.
Yes, once again a good looking shot to finish the over. Drilled down the ground. And that is the end of the second over. It's 24 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Two overs gone, 24 for 1. A decent, in fact, I would say a rather aggressive start this for DCC. And IGM, I would say, doing the right thing here, Nishant. Bringing spin early now. The field is spread as well. Or are they taking the power play? Yes, they are. Just the 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Harry will continue proceedings for IGM.
It's 24 for 1 and 2. Flattish delivery. Punya Mehra plays it with soft hands. And they think about the second, change their mind.
Rightly so. There was no second run there. And the last thing that DCC want is a run out. This ball as well skidded in. And the pitch not offering some sort of turn. Of course, the ball is rather new. It'll be interesting to see what Ronak does. They only have a deep mid-wicket fielder and a long off.
As far as I know, they can have 3 fielders outside. Not sure why they're having 2. And that's picked up brilliantly. 1 bounce, 4 is it?
Looks like 4, Nishant. And well picked, actually. I just realized it myself.
Yes, 1 bounce into the fence, just falling short.
And against a player like Ronak, you need maximum fielders at the boundary, I would say, especially during the power play time. And IGM, I think, have not realized this yet.
And if you look at it today, he hasn't timed the ball all that well, so the balls are not really sailing. In fact, there's still a 6 to be hit.
Yeah, that's very unlikely of Ronak. Power play without 6. This one, some sort of a bottom edge back into the pads. And the bowler's doing right here because he's nipping the ball into the pads of Ronak in a way, but very risky move, but they do have cover. They do have long on as well.
Ronak pulls. He looks to thread that gap. He does that well. That's another boundary.
Again, Nishant, just the 2 fielders. I'm not quite sure why this is being done. They could have well put a fielder there. Those are his strong areas, and you're bowling on his pads. You have to have maximum cover. This time, he's taken advantage of that huge gap between long on, and I wouldn't even call it deep mid-wicket, somewhere in between deep square leg and deep mid-wicket. 4 valuable runs for DCC. Oh, that was slow, and he was lucky.
That was very well bowled. Excellent delivery there. Good change of pace. Did it brilliantly.
Rana completely bamboozled by that. Just missing the leg stump.
Good looking shot. One bounce into the fence for 4. He's a craftsman when he gets going.
That was the shot of the match. I mean, what elegance. And we were just talking about his timing not being perfect so far. He has well compensated for this over. 3 overs gone, 37 for 1. So the power play fielding restrictions are now done. It will be Shanu who will continue proceedings for IGM. IGM definitely need a breakthrough, and ideally that of Ronak, who is finding his groove on here.
Looking to just work it around. Punya doing the right thing. Give the strike to Ronak. This is a race down to 33. He had got 27 runs in the 2 games prior to this.
Yeah, he's done well so far. There were some instances, especially the first over, where he looked a tad uncomfortable. So far, he has compensated well for it, but failing to connect the slower deliveries. And I have a feeling IGM is going to take advantage of this. They're going to vary the pace. They don't need to focus too much on getting the wicket. As long as they drop the ball with the right pace, they might be able to trap him.
And that's a stumping chance missed by Sandeep. And look at how good an over this has turned out to be from Shah Nawaz.
Ah, indeed, in swinging Yorker, and he is again very lucky, I would say, on all occasions. Could have also been a bowl. This one has been swept. Will it find the fielder? No. Fielder does well to collect it at the deep square leg area. Just a single taken.
Yes, mind you, DCC Starlets have lost both their games. They wouldn't like it.
I think they have to win all the other matches from now on, yes, to be alive in the tournament.
Yes, they've got just 2 more. Big appeal this time. Umpire not interested. This turned out to be an excellent over from Shah Nawaz. Just a 1 run so far off the bat and 1 leg by. Brilliant bowling. Excellent bowling. Just the 2 runs of the over. 4 bowled. It's 39 for 1.
Excellent comeback this by IGM. Just the 2 runs of the previous over. 39 for 1 is DCC right now. This has been punched on the offside, just the single taken.
Yes, these ones and twos. Well, I don't think IGM will mind that at all. They'll be more than pleased to see Ronak Panoli off strike, really.
But I also feel, Nishant, that he should have the right support. Punya has just taken 2 runs of the 5 balls that he's faced. He has to rotate the strike. The dot balls will add pressure, but not if he plays shots like this. Just missed there by the fielder. Gets his first boundary.
Yes, that was nicely struck. Slow delivery there. He waited for it. And then put it over the top of the fielder there. That was very well struck indeed, and that's called a boundary. That they've just not been able to find sixes.
As all the sixes, rather all the boundaries were close sixes. Ball pitching just before that boundary line. But this one, I would say Punya was a bit lucky, because had the fielder judged this properly, could have found himself getting out caught there at the mid-wicket region. But a boundary comes, and it comes in good time for DCC.
Umar to bowl. Full toss, nicely picked up. And that's the first 6 of the innings.
What a shot, beautifully played. Beautifully connected there by Punya. Waited, ball drifting on his pads. Juicy full toss. All he had to do was to cover that fielder at short fine leg position, but he's not just done that. He has covered the boundary as well. First 6 comes for DCC, and it's Punya, surprisingly, who's managed to make it happen, and not Ronak on this occasion.
That also brings up the 50 for DCC. This has been a pretty good effort, considering that they've not been able to hit the ball as well as they would have liked. Slow delivery this time. He waits for it and just tucks it away. Single taken. So Ronak Panoli, having seen a boundary and a 6 hit by Punya, will probably feel a little relieved. The fact that he doesn't have to do all the run scoring might just ease him a little bit.
Certainly. And that's what we were just talking about. Punya was 2 runs of 5 deliveries. He's moved on to 13 of 8 scoring runs in this over. Will definitely take off the pressure of Ronak, who goes, bowled him. Middle stump, this one, pitching low, completely missed out. Ronak departs.
Yes, that one stayed low. Asif probably telling Ronak that he should have played straight. Just teaching him a thing or two, it seems. The senior pro. Good sign that. Ronak Panoli departs for 35 of 19. And another casualty here for DCC. Is not delivering. Where is it? Is it close by?
Junaid will be the new batsman for DCC, who's very lucky. Could have found the inside edge to the stumps, but finds the boundary. Welcome runs this for Junaid, and unlucky for IGM, I would say.
Very, very unlucky indeed, and very, very lucky for Junaid. Lucky escape. 5 overs bowled. It's 55 for 2.
55 for 2 is DCC. Ronak has departed. It's Punya and Junaid. And in the comm box, we have a change in voice. Mr. Mazhar is here with me. Welcome, Mazhar, sir.
Thank you, Azhar. Finally, we see DCC, though they just lost a wicket, but 52 for 2 of the 5 overs. And they put up a better show than what they did last couple of days back.
It's certainly a good start for them, although they have, this is a shout, I think pitched way outside the off stump. So this is a start that they would have wanted, and they have been successful.
Shahnawaz down the leg side, wide. Or there is a possibility of a run out here, but he's back. Then they still scramble for a single.
It certainly looked like a run to me. Not quite sure why Junaid sent Punya back. There was time for Punya to get to that crease there. Anyway, they stole the single regardless.
So Shahnawaz will be bowling in from the Bukhatir end. Plays it into the covers, no run.
As Shahnawaz has done well in his first over, given just 2 runs, and so far here as well. And I can tell you, in an S10, giving just 4 runs of 9 deliveries, you can consider yourself that you've done the job for your team as a bowler.
Seems to be a big turner. Seems he's turning the ball as an off spinner, flighting the ball well. This one driven firmly through the covers. A single taken.
Yes, and this length that is being used by Shahnawaz, they're not easy to loft. It's pitching low, dipping low, and it's doing the right thing so far. Just 6 runs given, and last delivery of his spell. And again, does beautifully well. Shahnawaz, certainly the star of the bowler for IGM. Just the 7 runs taken of the 2 overs that he bowled. DCC now stands at 61 for 2 after 6 overs.
We have seen a brilliant spell by Shahnawaz. 2 overs, 7 runs only. DCC are 61 for 2 with Punya on 16, Junaid on 5. As Taimur in outside the off stump. No wide given because the batsman had come more towards the offside.
Yes, premeditated shot very much, and the bowler Taimur sensing that really early and well directed there. Dot balls continue to come for DCC, and at the toss they did say that they want a target score of at least 100, 110. That means in another 4 overs, they will need another 50 runs almost.
It's going to be challenging for them, but good 2 runs, good running between the wickets here. Punya on 18.
And what's more interesting is that, as we were saying a little earlier, Mazhar, that both the captains got what they wanted at the toss. So DCC wanted to bat first, and IGM wouldn't mind chasing. And IGM would be okay as long as They have to chase less than 120 runs. A misfield here will allow them to take 2 runs.
I think the wicket is good, let me tell you. It's a good batting wicket. So if you are playing with your top 5 batsmen, you should be easily getting over 100 runs.
Shorter delivery will find the boundary. Punya just easing that one, and well executed. Wanted to hook it out, but just adjusting just enough for it to be played on that onside for a 4.
A welcome boundary for DCC. 69 for 2. Taimur gets ready from the Sharjah Academy end, and this delivery slightly full, but plays it in the offside for a single.
As DCC desperate for a win here, they have lost both the matches they've played so far. One against Karwan Cricket Club, KCC, they lost by 8 wickets, and with Syed Aga, they lost by 17 runs. So this win is really important with them, rather for them. IGM, on the other hand, they've just played 1 match, they've won it, and their net run rate is 10.46.
Mind you, it's bowled. Taimur just bowled a little good line, missed the line completely, and Junaid has to leave. Straight delivery, trying to hit it hard, but missed the line of the ball completely. So Junaid departs, bowled Taimur for 5 of 4 deliveries. DCC are now 70 for 3 at the end of 7 overs.
'70 for 3 DCC. 7 overs bowled. Score predictions, Mazhar?
I would say around 100.
I would say the same. I mean, mathematically, that's what makes sense. This one is a shout. Might be given. Punya departs.
Right in front of the wickets, and came in sharply, and Punya had to go. 25 of 18. It was LBW to Danish. So another wicket down for DCC. Now they are 70 for 4. This DCC side consists mainly of young cricketers who have played the under-17s, under-19s for the Dubai Cricket Council team. And these are the future cricketers, one could say. And quite a few of them has graduated to the senior UAE team. Good hard work by the Amin Farooq and his brothers. They take keen interest in development of cricket in Dubai, and all of them have been former cricketers. This one beaten outside the off stump.
I think it was taken, Mazhar. Looked
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, there was a deflection there. Of course, we do not have a stump mic as of now to know, but it looks like, yes, that has been given by the umpire. Another wicket falls, and DCC now falling into a pit here.
So our projection, I would like to maybe correct it now.
92.
Let's see how it goes, because the way they are batting, and I think IGM is bowling well also, good line and length, not giving any width for them to go after the bowling. And as IGM is one of the top teams here in this part of the world, in this current leagues, they have won quite a few tournaments, both in T20s and, 10s. So Danish was on the target. Mind you, has picked up 3 wickets for 11 runs so far into his second over. Been an accurate bowler.
His outstanding figures this, and now DCC in a lot of pressure. At one point, they did look like this is
Oh.
another shout. He's given wicket number 4 for Danish.
What a
And
brilliant delivery. Just plump in front of the wickets.
oh, that was plump. That was so plump. There is no umpire in the world that would give that as a not out. And we were just talking about the bowling efforts. All Danish does for IGM is to bowl straight.
Well, it's difficult ball for a new batsman, Azhar. Any new batsman playing, coming in, suddenly you get this delivery. It's you have to be very alert to play such deliveries. It's more of a Yorker, just pitched up and moved in a little bit. So he had no chance.
Yes, big problems, Mazhar. And now I'm changing my projection once again. 92 is also going to be challenging. I think 7 wickets down. This is not what DCC want at this stage.
Well, Danish is looking for his fifer. He's just got another 3 deliveries to go. Already taken 4 wickets. Faisal Rahman is the new batsman in. And this is a hat-trick ball too.
There you go, there you go. Could this be a chance? No. Should have just stuck on to that Yorker length. I think he might have had a better opportunity. What did you do, Danish? That was your chance. I would like to correct myself. Actually, I said 7 wickets earlier. It's only 6 wickets down. Creating room. Tried to hit that out of the park, but completely mistimed.
Smart bowling by Danish. He knew that he was coming after him. Bowled a short pitch delivery. He had to adjust and play. I mean, not a comfortable shot. And just one more delivery to go. Can he make it 5?
I want that Yorker, Mazhar. The Yorker can get him that. Come on, Danish. Yorker, no. Drifting towards the pads. Missed a golden opportunity to get a fiver. A rare fiver that is close to impossible in an S10 format. But he finishes well. 4 wickets in 12 runs given. 2 overs, 4 for 12. A dream match this. A dream start for him. And has been the pick of the bowlers there for the team IGM.
At the end of 71, at the end of 8 overs, it is 71 for the loss of 6 wickets, DCC.
So 2 overs left in the match for DCC. Quick one fired by Taimur, and Faizur plays it on the offside for a single.
Taimur into his second over. He's picked up 1 for 10 so far. And Shahrukh will be facing him. A left-hander.
Even 85 now looking tough for DCC, unless, of course, Shahrukh and Faizur can make some contribution. This one has been sliced. Finds its way to the boundary. Much needed one this for DCC.
Moved away and just hung his bat there. Connected it. So there was no fielder there to stop that ball. A boundary, a welcome boundary for DCC.
Well, certainly Shahrukh was eyeing that fielder inside the 30-yard circle. They have the mid-off and also covers inside. This one drifting on the pads might be called a wide. Yes, it is. So with that length, it's not the worst idea to be able to create some room, try to hit it over that fielder. The previous one, I think he adjusted it at the last moment and sliced it around.
As Taimur continues. And this one.
The right delivery for the field setup, I would say, Nazar.
Yeah,
Mid-off.
he's just going after it, and probably I think this was a good delivery to bowl him, because he thought that, you know, he'll easily connect it, but a fast one, short, just sailing past him.
Now DCC needs to get at least 90. They would have a fighting chance. But the way IGM, this one has been hit up and uppishly cut, finds the boundary. Well placed this by Shahrukh.
He waited for it and then just glided over in the backward point region for a boundary. Good sensible batting.
And this is what happens in S10, especially in S10. Our predictions don't matter.
That's true.
It changes every second. It's like stock market right here. And that's the beauty of this game. It can keep you at the edge of your seat, keep you guessing every time. Just because an array of wickets fell down a while earlier doesn't change anything. DCC still on track, possibly, to get that magical 3-figure score. This one has been scooped.
That's done very well. It is a 6, if I'm not mistaken. Very well scooped.
They'll scoop, left-handed batting addition. Certainly cleared the boundary there. 6 valuable runs, and how good is Shahrukh? How good an impact is he making for DCC in having any chance of surviving this tournament?
They are closing into the 100 mark. If they do get some runs in the last over, this is the last delivery of Taimur. Suddenly it looks expensive.
Taimur would want redemption, and he gets it, not in the form of a wicket, but in the form of a dot ball. 9 overs have been completed, and DCC stands at 87. '87 for 6. 9 overs gone. The last over of the match, and DCC need another 13 runs to go to that minimum target score that they had planned for during the toss.
A slower delivery this time, beaten. Faisal could not connect it. Sensible bowling by Omar.
I think, Mazhar, that's one of the things that we've seen some of the players or the teams do, is to try to hit the ball too hard and miss out. If they can place it around, get 2 runs every now and then, still can make a difference. But Faisal doing the right thing and giving strike to Shah Rukh.
We need to see how Shah Rukh gets runs to Omar. He's bowling good line and length. And it will be interesting to see, because he's not staying at the wicket, Shah Rukh. He's been moving around at the time of delivery, trying to disturb the bowler. So let's see how it goes from here.
I reckon he's going to play behind the keeper in that area. Either going to cut or do the... this one he missed out completely. Slower bouncer, well executed.
That's what it is. I think he's not going to bowl fast delivery now. Probably he'll continue bowling slow, because he knows that Punya will use the pace of the ball to glide it into the backward point region or in the fine leg region. And this one hit hard towards the long off. For us, they go for 2, and there's a close call there. Probably his run out.
Yes, he is indeed changing his approach a little bit. Not even in the frame. Wanted to get back on strike, Shah Rukh, who's done quite well for his team. 15 of 9. And he departs. 18-9 for 7 is the score, with 2 deliveries to go. So 2 balls to go. Vansh comes into the strike. Shah Rukh was run out. And the fielder doing the right thing, throwing the ball back to the keeper's end. So, Vansh Kumar, what can you do?
Plays it nicely. Beautiful shot off the back foot. Hits it through the covers. Nicely placed. No chance for any fielder to stop the ball. A welcome boundary. A first ball faced by Vansh. And he dispatches to the fence. As Umar in now. A slow delivery. Beaten. Quick single taken there.
Ends the innings. Would have hoped for a dot ball. The keeper missing out an opportunity for a run out. So DCC close at 94 runs. They've lost 7 wickets. They would be about 10 to 15 runs short, I would think, against the rather experienced and explosive batting side of IGM. It has been Ronak who found his touch, 35 of 19 deliveries. Punya gave a good cameo there, 25 of 18. And of course, Shah Rukh, 15 of 9. Everyone else not making a big impact for DCC. From the bowling, it has certainly been Shahnawaz, the pick of the bowlers. Of course, he has not got a wicket, but those 2 overs that he bowled with just 7 runs given, put on pressure on the batting side. And Danish, of course, beautifully bowled 4 wickets, just the 12 runs given, with the other bowlers, Tawqir, Harry, Umar and Taimur, with rather 1 wicket for Umar and Taimur, but all of them having an economy rate in the double digits. So it has been an interesting start. Ronak Panoli did have a few of those miss hits. A wicket early on. This one was beautifully struck straight down as well. And that one, the pick of the shots, I would think, for Ronak. Well played there by Punya to dispatch that. Ronak departing after the ball pitched a little low. This one was beautifully done, beautifully bowled there. The 4 magical wickets. Since then it has been Shahrukh and his beautiful scoop shot behind the keeper for a 4. Another boundary here to end the innings for DCC. 94 runs is what they've scored. 95 will be the target for IGM at a required run rate of 9.5. Do stay in tuned. We will begin the second innings shortly.
Welcome back after the break. It's time for the run chase here. 95 to win in 60 balls. A required rate of 9.5 and over here. And IGM will feel that they have this under their control. It shouldn't be a big problem for them to chase this total down. With the likes of Sandeep in the ranks at the top. Guess he will be out opening the innings. And they've got people like Hazrat Luqman who can hit the ball hard. Hamid Khan, he is dangerous as well. Vishnu Sukumaran will be dangerous too. Yes, Sandy is out there to open the innings. Sandy will be looking forward to getting going here and get a good power play, kill the run chase in the power play. That is always a good strategy when you're chasing this kind of a total. Alongside me in the com box is Mr. Mazhar Khan. Not going to be a cakewalk, but I think that IGM will be happy with what they've got.
Well, I think the initial 4 overs will tell you the story. And though DCC have got some young bowlers, and if IGM have not lost any wickets in the first 4 overs, it's going to be, an easy target for them. Sandeep has always been an aggressive batsman. He never lets anything go. Good hitter of the ball.
Yug Sharma, he has had an impressive showing. And he will look to get a good start for DCC Starlets. First ball. And Sandy straight away goes over the top. Nicely struck. That should run away to the fence for 4. Excellent start here for IGM. Just the kind they would have wanted.
This is what Sandeep is all about. He never hangs in long there, but very aggressive. And when he's at the wicket, you can always expect some firecrackers. Yug, the youngster, bowling from the Sharjah Cricket Academy end. And there was nothing wrong in the first ball, I thought. But the way Sandy hammered it over the covers.
And that's chipped away. Consecutive boundaries to start off proceedings. The intentions seem to be crystal clear here. They are in a hurry.
Well, again, a good delivery, I would say. It moved in a little bit after pitching. But Sandy was there, making sure that, he played that ball very well into the vacant backward square leg region for a boundary. Just 2 fielders out there, one at mid wicket, one at long on. Again, that's a beautiful delivery. I think Sandy was lucky. Took the edge. He would have gone. I think even his second delivery with Yuk bowled. He came in. He's bowling well. Ball is coming in, drifting in. He should continue bowling, not short deliveries, but bowl up, so that he gets some movement in the air and after pitching. Very well bowled. This one straightened after pitching.
So Hamid is also another very dangerous batsman. Of course, IGM missing out on the services of Asif Khan and Yasser Kaleem, all part of the Abu Dhabi T10.
Well, I'm sure their management must be happy that their players are playing in T10, in Abu Dhabi T10. As Yug again, just outside the off stump.
It's
I think
two boundaries to start the innings, and the next 3 balls have produced just 1.
I think he's bowled well. Even those 2 balls which he bowled, one of them was really a good delivery, with Sandy picked it up into the mid-wicket region or the square leg region. So far, good show by Yug. As Hamid faces Yug again for the last time in the over. That's a wide. One in the extras.
They've been trying their best to keep the extras column down, but haven't quite been successful. Teams have struggled indeed. That's clubbed.
Hard for a single to end the over.
So end of the first over, it's 11 without loss.
$11 for no loss. IGM chasing 94. This one from Ronak Panoli, hit high up in the air, 1 bounce, a good stop. Well done to save the boundary.
Excellent effort there in the deep. The umpire checking with the third umpire to see if it is clean enough. Hamid is a dangerous customer. Make no mistake about it, he can be just absolutely dangerous. Excellent delivery.
Well bowled. This one hit hard. Very well placed. No fielder there. Picked it up well. Over the covers. 1 bounce into the fence. A boundary. As Hamid also is opening up. And that's close. That's very close. It's out. Bowled a faster one, which straightened, and that was plump LBW. So Hamid departs. First wicket down. IGM are 17 for 1. Good start by DCC.
They'll be pleased with that wicket, no 2 ways about it. Hamid could have been dangerous. He departs after giving them a semblance of a brisk start. IGM 17 for 1. Vishnu Sukumaran is the new man in. Left-handed bat to counter Ronak Panoli, of course, with that slightly shorter boundary to his right. Two more deliveries to go. And that's chipped away over the top. Just be a single. Good over from Ronak so far. Can he finish it well is the question. Last ball coming up. He's a very spirited cricketer, Ronak Panoli.
Oh yes, right from a young age I've been watching him, you know, from his school days. As a youngster, 13, 14 years old, always have been an aggressive bat. Shot pitched and punished by Sandy. And 4 runs.
Yes, a boundary to finish the over. 11 runs coming of it. 2 overs bowled. It's 22 for the loss of 1 wicket. Sukumaran will be on strike. As we see Aslam Hussain Arju Jabal coming into bowl. Another leg spinner then. They have a factory of leg spinners, it seems, DCC.
Good to see these youngsters who can turn their arm around. And it's, I think in today's world, Nishant, you have to, you know, be good all leg spinners to find a space in the team. And more practice you get and more matches you play, you get that confidence in you.
A little too wide on that occasion.
He's trying to toss the ball, but just missed the line.
They have Aditya Shetty, they have Aslam, they've got Faizur Rahman, they've got Saad Abdullah. So 3 leg spinners playing tonight.
That's very well bowled. And a single.
Well, DCC will be very disappointed with the way things have panned out for them in the S10. If you look at the T20 league, they were very good.
I think for these youngsters to play 10-over game is a difficult thing, if you ask me. And this one is hit over the covers.
So they've got the 3 leg spinners. They've got Ronak Panoli. So that's 8 overs of spin that Ronak Panoli can pick out.
It's going to be Sandeep facing Aslam. Sandeep is very, I would say, harsh on fast bowlers, but we need to see how he is preparing himself to face the next delivery. That's been hit hard. That's a lovely shot, beautifully struck, taken on the full. That's on a half volley, I would say. Went like a rocket.
Yes, and Got a hand to it, Aslam, but that was it very hard.
Score moves on to 30 for 1 in the third over. Still a couple of deliveries to be bowled by Aslam. He has bowled well, I thought, just for eight runs. That's very well bowled again. Good line, not giving any opportunity for Sandeep to just play it on a half volley or something to that effect.
Final delivery of the over coming up. And that's swept hard, but straight to the fielder. Good over there. 9 runs coming of it. 3 bowled, 31 for 1. Spin from both ends. Saad Abdullah. Brilliant start to the over. An excellent stop of his own bowling.
And here's another leg spinner for you, Saad Abdullah. Good to see these youngsters.
"19 of 10 for Sandeep. Comes down the track, looks to go over the top, hits it straight, and a good stop there in the deep. Sandeep thought it's going to the fence, that's why was a little slow to run.
It came like a bullet to the long off fielder. And very well stopped and thrown back. Saad continues from the Bukhatir end, and he will be bowling to Sukumaran. That's one is heaved away into the mid-wicket region. Just a single.
Saad Abdullah, if I'm not wrong, picked up a double hat-trick in the T20 tournament. And then in the DCC X10, he bowled a double wicket maiden.
Well, he seems to be a confident bowler. He knows where to pitch.
Was it Saad? Was it Faizur Rahman? Now I'm confused.
This time is Sandy. Hit hard. And that's going to be a boundary. A little short. And Sandy knows that where to place the ball. Waited and then played it back with square leg.
Yes, Sandy will be telling himself that required rate is pretty much under control.
Yeah.
So don't have to worry about that.
But he's not going to stop. Mind you, he plays his game. And next delivery. Wraps on the pad. They cross over for a single. A leg by. Not bad so far. Saad just given 6 runs in his 5 deliveries. If he can bowl a dot ball, that would be a wonderful over for DCC. That's up in the air. Fielder coming under it. And just misses it.
Still a very good over, just the 7 runs of it. 4 bowled, 39 for 1.
Excellent bowling by Saad. Just 7 runs in that over. IGM 39 for 1 with Sandeep on 24 and Sukumaran on 5.
That's nicely driven. Chase for the fielder in the deep. He won't get there. That's a boundary for Sukumaran.
That's a lovely shot. Beautifully picked up all along the carpet, piercing through the extra cover region for a lovely 4. Beautiful shot by Sukumaran.
It's a good looking shot indeed. After 2 quiet overs, a nice way to start the over. Two overs prior to this produced just 16. And that's been driven down the ground, just a single. Nice time to slip in a few quiet overs. Batsman just trying to knock it around.
I'd like to compliment the spinners, Nishant. I think they have bowled good line and length, especially Saad from that end. And this time, let's see what Sandeep does. Oh, very well bowled. Yorked him, literally. And just a single.
They managed to pick up that single. That's good running between the wickets. And Sandeep is someone who likes to hit the boundaries. He's not someone who would really want to run a lot. Sukumaran on strike. Still Fazur Rahman to come. Comes down the track. Driven, half a stop there by the fielder. Might cost an extra run. Not quite. Just a single.
That's very well done by DCC so far. I remember DCC were around 50 runs at halfway mark. So approximately, I think IGM is also around the same score. They are 46 for 1. Just 2 deliveries to go to finish the fifth over.
Too far outside the option for the umpire's liking. That's a wide.
A bit unlucky. The bowler.
Went over the line. The decision could have gone either way.
Up in the air. And that's another 6.
Very nicely struck there. He shuffled across to counter the wide delivery that he bowls. And then saw it close to his legs, picked it up brilliantly.
That's a nice pickup indeed. So Aslam still have to bowl one more delivery to complete his 2 overs. Given away 23 runs so far. It's just a misfield. They take 1, they get back for 2nd. Picks up on the boundary line, and they get back for the 3rd. Good running.
Excellent running between the wickets. Sukumaran running to the danger end. And he decided to go for that extra run. 5 overs bowled, 56 for 1.
Ronak Panoli is back. He did bowl well, picked up a wicket. And he will be bowling to Sandeep from the Bukhatar end. Yes, good catch. A wicket. Sandeep goes, caught in the covers. Tried to play it over the heads of the on the offside. Couldn't go over the offside fielders. A good catch. So Sandeep departs on 34. So IGM lose their second wicket. Caught Shahrukh, bowled Ronak Panoli. IGM are now 56 for the loss of 2 wickets. Another few wickets from here would be interesting, Azhar.
Thank you, Mazhar. And as always, when I come in, something happens. Sandeep departs. IGM, who are looking quite comfortable, losing out Sandeep at this position, at this point of the game, may end up losing their momentum. Only time will tell. But an important wicket by none other than Ronak, once again doing the job for his team.
Pitch shot, driven hard, very well fielded in the mid-off region.
Yes, I think that was a single, Mazhar. They have to capitalize every opportunity. You don't want the game to go to the wire. This one beautifully done there, saving at least 2, in fact, saving 3 runs for his team. And this
Very
is
well fielded. Brilliant. This is what, counts, that you can start putting pressure on the batsman when the boundaries don't come. That's where, so far Ronak Panoli has bowled 1.3 overs, just given 12 runs for 2 wickets. If he can pick another wicket here, IGM may be in under pressure.
certainly, but I still feel, Mazhar, they are still short by about 10 runs at least. Just imagine if they needed 48 required from 27, would have been a much better equation for DCC. But they are doing the efforts. The fielding has been outstanding. We were talking about youngsters, and that's the biggest advantage of the youngsters. They can throw themselves at the ball, and so far this over, they've fielded beautifully.
Well bowled again, just a single. So it's just 14 runs given. Just one ball to go for Ronak. Picked up 2 wickets.
Yes, he would want to finish well. If he can manage to get Sukumaran out, then that'll mean 2 relatively new batsmen on crease. They can continue putting the pressure. This one has been flicked, but will find the fielder, just a single.
Good spell of 2 overs by Ronak Panoli. 15 runs and 2 wickets. Brilliant spell. I feel that this is the time they should continue to put pressure, DCC, and get a few more wickets. Though IGM is a complete side with good batsmen, but these lads have done themselves proud. Their leggies have bowled well. Ronak Panoli as a left arm has bowled well. And the opening fast bowler, he has done well. So I think full marks to DCC.
Yes, and what's interesting is that they've only used 4 bowlers so far. That means the new bowler has to, Shamim will need to bowl the 2 overs. Of course, he can do the trick. But I have the feeling, Mazhar, now 1 over, this over, and of course the next one. But this over in particular is very crucial to the success of both teams. Either teams lose momentum, the game shifts to the opposite one.
If they get 10 runs or less, That'll be interesting. But if they get 12 runs here, the advantage will be IGM.
Or 12 runs, I would think, would mean that IGM is very much in the driving seat. They still have 8 wickets left and plenty of batting to come.
Beautifully struck. Is there a fielder down there? Just falls short. They take 1, they get back for the second. Well picked up by Sukumaran, but there was a fielder there.
And we were talking just a while earlier on how well they've done their fielding. This one, Mazhar, I believe should have been an opportunity, should have been taken. These are the defining moments in the game. Getting Sukumaran out at this point would have been very costly for IGM, but he survives and Shamim has to try again.
This one a full toss. Played it in the mid-wicket region. They take 1, they get back for the second comfortably.
He's taking off the pace, Shamim, but the length is not good enough. He's a talented bowler, no doubt. Now, he's given 4 runs from the 2 balls that he's faced. In another 4 deliveries, he has to not give away more than 5 runs, in my view. If he manages to do that, the pressure still stays with IGM.
Anything less than 10 from here will be good for DCC, and this one bowled up and just a single. Plays it in the mid-on region.
Is the margin for error, especially when Sukumaran is batting, is so little. A little slip of your length and he will punish you. So there will be some pressure for the bowling side, no doubt, and for Hazrat as well. But if they manage to get a boundary here, the match is very much in their grasp.
Well, Hazrat has just come in. So we need to see. His intentions must be clear to just go after the bowlers. Flicked into the long on region. They take 1, they get back for the second.
Is the fumble in the field by Punya giving away an extra run that shouldn't have been taken. In fact, if you're a DCC fan, you will be disappointed because every run counts right now, and the fielders, especially the ones at the boundary line, have to do their best to contain as much as possible. And now the equation, as you can see, they need 28 from 20. The match still very much in grasp for IGM.
This is an important delivery. Hit hard over the bowler's head. And they take 1, they get back for 2. That's 9 runs given so far. Another delivery to go. So far, Shamim has done well, I would say.
They need a dot or a wicket, maximum of 1 run. The way that Sukumaran and Hazrat has run between the wickets is just commendable. They have seen every opportunity. They have converted the 1 into a 2.
Up in the air.
Oh, would you believe it?
Oh, God.
Punya, what have you done? This was a regulation catch, should have been taken. And this might as well have been the match given away. They needed to put the pressure on IGM in this over. A wicket would have ended things well, perfectly for them. But now the equation, just 25 needed of 3 overs, 70 runs scored by IGM so far. So 25 required of the 3 overs left. Match very much slipping away from DCC, who needs a must-win to stay alive in this tournament. It will be Saad to continue. Can he bring in some magic here?
Well, mind you, he has bowled a brilliant over earlier, just given away 7 runs. And if he can get a wicket or 2 from here, will be an interesting situation. But I like the way the young lads fought Azhar.
Yes, certainly they've given it their all, but that catch should have been taken. Oh, beautifully tried there. Chance of a cotton bolt. Hit really hard, and a misfield will still result in just a single taken.
There's no chance, just went far away. And
they need to contain, DCC rather, they need to contain IGM to less than 7 runs in this over. Put pressure back at them.
struck well. They take one. Again a misfield. They come back for the second. So the boys are fumbling.
The fielder's fumbling, and the batsman as well lost the bat in his process. It's all happening here. DCC losing sight, losing their focus in the last 2 overs or so. They had fielded brilliantly. This one as well, another misfield. Now just the 22 required from 16 balls.
Saad is still bowling well. This one is heaved away just past the fielder. Has it gone over the fence? I think it's one bounce, a boundary.
Yeah, well played there, no doubt. And getting that
Beautiful elevation and lovely shot by Sukumaran. This was required as far as the IGM is concerned. A boundary here would definitely help them. 15 deliveries left, 18 runs required. Should not be a problem for them.
Yes, certainly. Saad missing out. I wouldn't say it's a bad ball. It was really well picked up by Sukumaran there. And found that perfect gap as well.
Waiting for the ball to be returned. Sukumaran on 24 or 15 deliveries, 77 for 2 IGM. Another 18 runs required of 15 deliveries as Saad gets ready.
Big problems for DCC. And it continues to come their way. Too short and too easy this time for Sukumaran to find that gap on the offside.
Well picked up, placed it well. He knew where he had to hit because the ball was too short. Too much time was given to the batter to adjust himself and place the ball in the vacant area for a boundary.
Well, it is certainly DCC who's losing the match with their efforts, because at one point it looked like they were putting some serious pressure on IGM. Although IGM just lost 2 wickets, there were some quiet overs there. But that drop catch and some of the misfields, some of the fielding, converting 1s to 2s is what changed course of their match. Now just 13 from 13. They just need to knock it around, and it should be a comfortable win for IGM.
For sure. Now it's easy for them. Just not many runs required. 13 of 13 deliveries. and a boundary or two will get the match over. This one is hit hard. Again, they take one, they get back for two. Just at the end of the 8th over, IGM are 84 for the loss of 2 wickets. 11 runs to get off 12 deliveries.
So 2 overs to go, just 11 runs required. Game closing in very much in favor of IGM and DCC. Well, they seem to have lost their path. First to the bat, not able to score enough runs, falling short of at least 15 runs for this pitch conditions and against a team like IGM. And now from the bowling, rather fielding end, they haven't been the most impressive.
This one flicked away, and they take one, they get back for two. There was a fumble, and probably
well, fumbles in the field has been the theme song for DCC in the last 3 overs.
well, whatever said and done, I think Azhar, they have done well. They batted
Certainly.
well, they fielded, and they bowl well too. And against a good side, it's a good performance. They have taken the game to the 9th over, and this one again, very well placed by Sukumaran.
How difficult are these shots to play? I mean, if you look at the recent cricketing talents, almost all of them in the international level as well, the top players, they have perfected these shots. Of course, it was started, I would say, the pioneer of this shot has been Dilshan. I think that's why it's called the Dil Scoop.
That's true. Yeah.
And now it's been so many players who are using this to their advantage.
And now the coaches are also
Training
the youngsters how to play the reverse sweep and the scoops. This one a full toss, hammered, and a single there.
And we saw one of Shah Rukh as well, young guy. I would think
Sure.
he's probably 19 or 20 years of age. And he had perfected that one. That went for a 6. And not the easiest shot to play. You have to really position yourself, balance yourself so well. Make sure you don't hit the ball back to your body. Change your helmet, your head position, and yet time it and place it at the same time. Not the easiest shot to play.
Oh, it's all over, I think. Hit high into the stands, and that's a victory for IGM. Brilliant shot. Goes into the west stand for a 6.
Yes, indeed. IGM finishes off in style. Dhoni style, I would say, of the 2011 World Cup. Similar shot played as well towards the long on boundary, clearing the ropes, and comfortable victory. Victory number 2 for IGM in this CBFS S10 league. And it has been Sandeep and Sukumaran and Hazrat all the way. Sandeep, 34 of 17. Beautiful start for his team. Sukumaran completing proceedings along with Hazrat, who scored 16 of 9 deliveries. IGM chasing the target in less than 9 overs. On the bowling side, it has been Ronak, the pick of the bowlers. 2 wickets for 15 runs, economy of 7.5. But apart from him, everyone else has faced the heat. Some misfields as well from the fielders, but IGM knowing the batting lineup they are, the professionalism they come with, eventually managed to chase it quite comfortably. If you look at the summary, DCC Starlets winning the toss, electing to bat first. It has been Ronak and Punya who gave a good start, with Shahrukh doing a good cameo towards the end, 15 of 9 deliveries. And on the bowling side, Danish, of course, 4 for 12, 4 wickets. Almost missed his opportunity to get a fifer, with Omar and Taimur giving him good support. From the IGM side, Sukumaran, beautiful innings there, 36 not out of 20 deliveries, with Sandeep giving a great start, and Ronak, as I said earlier, being the only pick of the bowlers, 2 for 15. IGM has won by 8 wickets once again in their second league match of the CBFS S10 league. So tomorrow the matches continue of the CBFS S10 league. It will be Kolata Chocolates who will take on the Pacific Group. Two great teams, Kolata Chocolates right now at the top of the league, and Pacific Group have been the semi-finalists in many tournaments in the past, including the finalists for the CBFS T10 league as well. It will be a great match. Do check it out tomorrow live from the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. We will now head down to Nishant, who will do the post-match presentation. Over to you, Nishant.
Right then, it's time for yet another presentation here at the SkyExchange.net Sharjah CBFS S10 Season 2, powered by FanCode. A very good evening to all of you and welcome to the post-match presentation. Firstly, we'd like to thank Sharjah Cricket and the entire administration working behind the scenes to support the hosting of this tournament. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, title sponsors SkyExchange.net, powered by and official streaming partners FanCode, event partners TCM, associate sponsors rsook.com, and merchandise partners 7 District. In this particular game, IGM comfortably defeated DCC Starlets by 8 wickets. It's time for us to announce the player of the match. Before that, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Tehseen Javed, the match referee. Welcome back, sir. Well, a lot of good performances, but then you remember very special performances, and tonight was a special performance for a hat-trick and 4 wickets for just 12 runs. The rsook player of the match is Danish Qureshi of IGM. He'll receive a gift hamper from rsook.com and a 20% discount voucher on all products purchased from rsook.com. दानिश, सबसे पहले बहुत बहुत मुबारक आपको। जब आप बॉलिंग करने आए तब उनका रन रेट काफ़ी अच्छा चल रहा था, तो क्या दिमाग में था आपके?
जी बिल्कुल, कैप्टन ने एक प्लान दिया था कि स्टंप्स में बॉल करना है मैक्सिमम, तो वही ट्राई किया था। 4 बॉल उधर हुए, 3 पे विकेट्स मिल गई, तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह यही प्लान था।
हैट्रिक, ये आपकी पहली हैट्रिक है? पहले लिया आपने हैट्रिक?
पहले हैं 2-3 हैट्रिक्स हैं पहले भी।
तो अच्छा लगा फिर से हैट्रिक लेके?
जी बिल्कुल, अभी इंजरी के बाद मेरी अभी दोबारा स्टार्ट किया मैंने, 3-4 मंथ में इंजर्ड था, तो अच्छा स्टार्ट मिल गया अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। इसको कंटिन्यू करने की कोशिश करूँगा।
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल, ये बहुत अच्छी वापसी हुई। उम्मीद करेंगे कि आप आगे भी ऐसा परफॉर्मेंस दिखाते रहें। ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Yes, Danish there, very shy with his words, but not at all with his tricks with the ball. That's all for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with another 2 games of this particular tournament. And of course, it will be great fun to have your company as well. Till tomorrow, on behalf of everybody here, it's goodbye and good night from Nishant Majiria. Sleep well. Do take good care.